Morning, everybody. Welcome to Lockpod, season 11, episode 10. We are coming live to you from the Powering, Indiana, Lake County studios, and this is the Midwest's most dangerous podcast.
We're in double digits officially.
Yeah.
Is that from the first 9 episodes? That
No, it's just like
sigh of relief.
It's a mouthful, man, coming in.
You rolled it though.
Yep. What's up, Joe?
I think there's cat hair on my microphone.
Cat hair.
Wow, that's Lindsay's fault.
Really? Yeah. It was like cat hair, and then it hit me.
Who's used that?
It could be cat hair.
I hope it's cat hair.
Yeah, right. What's up? How you doing?
I'm all right. How are you?
I heard you got locked out of the IDEM meeting last night.
Sure did.
By the way, dude, that is messed up.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
Did you hear about that, John?
Yes. What?
Okay, so to lay the groundwork, everybody, BP Amoco is major industry where we live, and over the last few weeks, BP Amoco is having a series of mishaps. In fact,
a rough patch.
They're offline right now because they had a major incident where it looked like the whole plant was going to blow up about a week ago, and they've been offline since, which spiked gas prices. In the Midwest, I know it spiked gas prices. I'm not sure where you're listening if that's true, but
Yeah, I mean, you got the second largest refinery in the country going offline due to a power outage. They're still, trying to figure out why there was a power outage, but in response to that, they had to blow their stacks, which created basically a what would you call that, Jill? An orange sky in your backyard for apocalyptic. Okay.
Preview.
yeah, gates of hell in your backyard.
Absolutely.
But okay, so that was that was a major incident. We talked about it on a previous episode.
Mm-hmm.
But before that was a more minor incident, but it wasn't really minor. I'm not trying to minimize this incident. They had a major gas leak, and I think they got it contained. But what they couldn't contain was the
Odor.
absolute overpowering, overbearing smell of gasoline.
Oh, natural gas actually on that one.
It was so strong.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever it was. It was a strong
Yeah.
odor that went not just in that immediate area, it went across the entire region we live in.
Across state lines. We
Literally,
live right on
like,
a state line.
there's people literally that were calling emergency lines, and they live 5 miles away, and they think there's an imminent threat of danger where they are.
Well, like Aaron lives in Crown Point. They said they smelled it down there.
Right. So,
Crazy.
we have
15
this
miles away.
refinery, and the refinery is supposed to be a good neighbor, and they've done anything but be a good neighbor over the last month. And coincidentally, they have an air permit meeting coming up this week.
Literally, coincidentally.
Yeah.
Set months ago.
Bad coincidence for them. For us, it's a great coincidence because we're going to slam this place with hundreds of people and try to protest to IDEM, Indiana Department of Environmental Affairs, try to protest and get them to actually do their damn jobs with BP and actually force BP to not shit in the air like they've been doing and not be bad neighbors. And they're being bad neighbors. They're not being good neighbors at all. Regardless of the good that they bring to the table with their investment, they're screwing up people's quality of life. So they're having this meeting yesterday in East Chicago Central, and
Jill?
the public is invited. Jill is one of the public.
The public was invited. Walked up there. It was supposed to start at 6, I think. So, I got there like 5:55. And the doors are locked. There's people standing outside.
How many people?
Maybe 100.
So 100 people, they got
Wow.
signs and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Signs, definitely.
I'd probably say that's a lot for an air permit renewal.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Air permit renewals are very minor.
Yeah, I mean, they're just not
they're
attended.
renewals.
Right.
But like what we're trying to say to IDEM is these people, BP, are being absolutely atrocious neighbors. They don't give a crap about the immediate vicinity. It appears that they're operating their plant dangerously, like it's going to blow up at any second, which scares the shit out of people. Like we had, Jill, you mentioned in previous shows about huge explosions that happened at the BP plant. One was in the 50s, I believe.
55.
It killed a number of people, including neighbors that live close from shrapnel.
Mm-hmm.
And then you mentioned another
84.
in
They
84.
evacuated.
So, like, obviously the neighbors that live close to the refinery are aware that this thing, if it goes up, it could kill them just sitting there in their bed. So when you see it, by all appearances, looking like it's about to explode, it makes people nervous.
Correct.
And BP wasn't talking to anybody. They weren't talking to Mayor Hammond, I can tell you that. They weren't talking to my staff, I can tell you that.
And, the city, as you've pointed out, is one of the few in the state that has a local Department of Environmental Management.
Right.
Like HDEM is known. Ron Novak has been, I think he's been the longest city employee at this point.
He is.
And so he's got a wealth of experience and knowledge, and he didn't know about it
No.
right away.
Well, then, so yesterday was the air permit, and you show up, and they canceled it?
So everybody was outside until I think 6:15, 6:20. They turned
And
the
it was
lights.
it was supposed to start at
Supposed
6.
to start at
Media
6.
there?
Media, yeah. 5, 7, and 9, I think, were
So
there.
that's
This
Chicago
is Chicago
stations.
media,
Mhm.
right? Which,
NBC, ABC, WGN.
and that, by the way, that makes sense because when BP shits in the air, it affects a city of millions of people right next door to us. And of course, Chicago's going to pay attention. If BP blows up, it affects Chicago. If BP releases toxins into the air, it affects Chicago, just like it affects Hammond, just like it affects Whiting. We're all sitting here, and BP is basically could care less that my kids live here. They could care less that your kids live here. They're just like, screw you. We're just going to shit in the air and breathe it in, everybody. Breathe deeply. So we show up to an air permit meeting with IDEM, our Department of Environmental Management in Indiana, and the meeting is canceled.
So, yeah, they turned the lights off. It was supposed to be in the auditorium at EC Central.
Literally,
That's never-
wait, they literally
They
turned.
literally turned the...
Hold on.
Yeah.
So you're outside with 100 people. The lights
Correct.
are on. You see them go off at some point?
Yeah, like the
Oh,
hallway
my
light.
God.
Yeah.
That
This is not
This
looking
meeting's
good.
over.
It's not a good sign.
How can we get them to go home?
I think that's. I don't know. I don't know if that's a good. I don't think that's a good sign. I'm just not sure.
Turn the damn lights out. They'll go home.
They'll think it's over.
What a joke, man.
So
What a
then-
freaking disgrace.
Eventually, they sent some sacrificial lamb from IDEM out.
Oh, no.
They're trying to figure out. You go.
So what
no,
did he
you
say?
go.
Exactly.
Someone drew
I'm
the
not
short
going.
straw.
Yeah.
So what did he say?
He basically said that the school city would not allow the media in for this meeting, and they didn't want to have a meeting without the press there.
Come on.
So they canceled the meeting.
What does that mean? What?
So they blamed the school city. This was in the paper too.
Yeah.
So I agree with what Jill's saying. So allegedly, IDEM is saying, don't blame us. We wanted to have this meeting. It was noticed. There's people here. BP's here. We were ready to go. And the school city of East Chicago made the decision that because the Chicago media was here, they didn't want to have the meeting.
I guess. Kevin, can you legally have a meeting without
You could
allowing
cancel a
the
meeting
press
last
in?
second like that.
No, I mean,
No,
like,
you can't have a meeting.
Cancel, but I don't think you can't. I don't think. Okay, so I don't know what the rules of EC Central are, right? But I'm just saying that a public meeting means the public gets to come, which includes the media.
Right.
So I don't know what I'd be interested. I mean, it'll be interesting to see what the issue was.
No, but I mean, like,
But
IDEM
East Chicago's
literally
different,
couldn't
man.
have that meeting without the press there, correct?
And right, I mean, it's a publicly noticed meeting. I don't
Right.
think you can keep
Does
the
IDEM
press
have to
out.
notice public meetings? I imagine
Sure,
they do
it's a-
because
well,
it's an
yeah.
official action they're
Absolutely.
taking. So they have to notice it, and it's at EC Central. And if the school board of EC Central says we're not going to have the meeting anymore, then IDEM can't just say, "Hey, let's go to the Hammond Civic Center."
Correct, because it's
Right.
publicly noticed. So it's
Right.
an issue with the note. Right, they have there's no way you can have a public meeting and say public meeting but no media.
Right. It's open door.
Someone from the school city has to explain why they felt that way.
Well,
But
that's
also,
where we have a
did
problem.
you think there wasn't going to be media there when
Right.
you did a
Yeah.
usage permit and approved it?
Yeah,
well,
but-
like I imagine, Jill, they had this public meeting scheduled before BP shit all over the sky of Northwest Indiana. I imagine it was going to be a relatively routine matter before they had the power outage and they literally were on the verge of blowing up. So people are paying more attention now because this just happened a week ago. So I sort of am skeptical that it was actually the school board that killed this meeting.
Right.
I wonder
Right.
if BP asked the school board to kill the meeting and said,
Yeah,
"Hey,
that's
we'll give,
weird.
you,
Or-
we'll give you a nice little donation if you guys don't let this happen, and we'll do it for like a month or two from now." I would not doubt that a bit if BP was behind this.
That would be bad. That would be bad if
Why?
they were behind it. Be bad
Why
for
would
them.
it be bad? Why? It's never going to be discovered. I would go if I was BP and I had billions at my disposal. I would go up to a East Chicago school board member and say, "Hey, this isn't a good idea having all the press here.
You wouldn't
Why don't
do
you guys
that.
cancel this thing?" I don't know, man. I tell you, Kevin, it's pretty damn
Yeah, because
shady.
it just doesn't make sense for
It
school
doesn't.
city to cancel it.
No,
That's
because
why.
It doesn't make sense
because they don't
for
have
the
any
school
dog
city.
in the fight.
Who
They're
cares?
just like a venue.
Why does the school city
exactly.
care? Right.
They're
Why do
just
they
like the
care if the
location.
Chicago media is there? The school city doesn't care if the Chicago media is roasting BP. BP
Right.
cares.
It's really weird.
This is bullshit, right? We all agree this is a bullshit
course.
story.
Of course.
That the school city didn't cancel, that BP is behind it somehow. We all agree on this?
Yes.
Somebody is behind it.
BP is. Well, it's not IDEM. IDEM doesn't care if BP gets roasted. The school city of East Chicago doesn't care if BP get roasted. Only one person cares if BP gets roasted. BP, right? Like, who cares? Nobody else cares that the Chicago media is there
boy.
except for BP. You can't tell me that BP isn't behind this decision. I don't believe it. It's a bunch of BS. And by the way, I like to point things out on Lockpod. We are right a lot of the times. We are right a lot of the times on Lockpod.
A lot of the time.
All right,
not 100%.
If it was baseball, we'd probably be in the Hall of Fame. We're right that much, okay? Like,
you are in the Hall of Fame.
If we're
Let's just remember
I am
this.
in the Hall of
Let's
Fame.
remember we've got
This
one
is
Hall of Famer
true
here.
story. That's right. That's right.
Let's not
But
forget
in
that.
baseball, you only need to be right 35% of the time to make the
I
Hall
would
of
say
Fame.
like 31.
Okay, 31% of the time you make the Hall
I
of
bet
Fame.
there's some 280 hitters in the Hall of Fame.
Okay,
Would you
I
agree?
guarantee you we're batting 310 on this BP call.
All right.
We're in a Hall of Fame because BP is behind this cancellation. Take it to the freaking
I
bank.
want to know the lowest, and not including pitchers. I want to know the lowest lifetime average that made the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
That'd be someone will look that up on chat.
All I know is
Speaking of sports, go ahead, Jill. I'm sorry.
I said all I know is I put real pants on last night to go there, and
Wow.
That's
ridiculous.
This is for a girl from Robertsdale. This is a big deal.
That is a big deal.
I had to find them.
Speaking of sports,
slacks, pair of
No, I
slacks.
don't know slacks.
Pair of slacks.
slacks. That's a great one.
Jokes.
Super Bowl's this weekend.
Yeah. You going to any parties?
I might have one. I might have one to attend.
There is
Oh,
one
yeah.
that I'm supposed to.
I think I might go
I don't
to
know.
one.
I'm not supposed to attend. I didn't RSVP, but I
Oh.
think it's
I think I'm in the same boat. I
Are
didn't
you behind this
RSVP,
one,
but
John?
I'm-
No, I'm not going.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Because I was invited like a week before it took place, and I already had other Super Bowl plans.
Oh, I was
Maybe.
invited weeks ago.
Here, it comes out on Lockpod. Here we go.
How does it feel, John?
Yeah.
John, the answer to that is typical.
Typical. Oh, honestly,
Dude, you know what? Actually, I'm kind of like sour about some stuff going on right now. And this
Really?
is part of it, okay?
Yeah?
Because this goes back to like Phil.
Uh huh.
This goes back to Phil.
Well, let's talk about it.
Tom,
Let's talk about it.
for the first time, I can't remember actually, I didn't attend the State of the City address.
Oh, I
You
didn't.
know why?
No.
Because of Phil.
Doesn't surprise me.
Really?
Phil's like,
tell.
hey, we got some tables. You should come. Like, consider yourself invited. And then, like, the night before, I'm like, hey, Phil, do I have a seat? Like, are you for sure? He's like, I think they're all filled.
Dude, why didn't you call me? I had like open invitation.
Because you are getting ready for the State of the City.
I know.
Same
Exactly.
thing.
I'm not
And
gonna
the same
bother
thing
you with
happened
it.
to some
I'm not
Honestly-
gonna bother you with it.
John, did the same thing happen to other people?
Yes. Steve Kellogg.
But like, I figured you were taping it. I'll be honest with you. I'm used to you being behind the camera.
No, I get it. And I
Right.
could have went on that in that regard, but Ray
honestly,
has-
I was in the zone. I didn't even notice you weren't.
Well,
there.
you're not responsible for who's
No, of
invited to your
course
State
not.
of the City,
I know.
Tom.
Of course
I
not.
know.
But this
like,
ties
we had
into,
we had an open invitation though. It's like
well, this ties into the Super Bowl thing too. It's like, Phil, like, what is going on? Like, why are you telling me about these things like, a week before? Like, give us some more time.
yeah. So you're not going? I take it.
No, I'm not going.
I'm usually antisocial, so I'm not sure if I'm going either. Because is that considered work?
You'll be working there.
I know, right? Like I can't just like go and get drunk and watch a football game because
You don't drink.
I don't drink, and
A lot.
I love
shouldn't say
football.
You don't drink.
Okay,
You don't
but like
drink
I
a
can't just
lot.
like show up and be like, I'm not talking to anybody. I'm just gonna
Yeah,
watch
right.
a game, right? I gotta like go there and be the mayor.
Yeah, I
which
mean,
is a pain in the ass,
if your idea is I want to relax and watch the game, you should do it on your couch.
which is usually what I do.
Yes, sir.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Kevin,
that
are
was
you
all
going?
off script.
Kevin, are you going?
I think we are. Yeah, I think Jan and I are. So
That's nice.
Really?
I think we're going.
I'm solo this weekend, so
Oh,
Ooh.
come along.
that's another reason. I don't
Hey.
want to go by myself and just
Mm-hmm.
cry because Marissa's not there. I'll just be crying the whole time, like tears rolling down my
Why
face.
is Tom in the corner? Is he sad that the 49ers are losing?
Nope.
Nope. I'm just sad that Marissa's not here
That's
next
right.
to me holding my hand.
Especially, I see you and Jana like walking around, kissing and stuff like
That's
that. And
pro-
I'm gonna
that
be
is
sitting there
not going to
I'll be
happen.
sitting there by myself, like
You don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, missing my wife. So
There's
you
a
going,
Smith
Joe?
playing grab ass in the corner.
Yeah.
You going,
That
Joe?
won't be me.
I might.
Are you?
I might.
So you got invited and Vez didn't. That's
When,
great.
when did you
Okay.
get an invite? Weeks ago?
Maybe like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, me
Amazing.
too. 2 weeks ago.
Amazing.
2, maybe 3.
Yeah.
I actually, and it was a nice little flyer they sent us, and so
I
it was
got a
like
personal text.
I never even got a flyer.
I was just messing. There was no flyer.
It was a billboard.
there was no flyer.
You know what else? Phil, I'm sorry, it's like pick on Phil day, but
It's all right.
he sends a text to Brett and I, like yesterday, for a bowling fundraiser taking place Monday,
Yeah,
and both Brett and I are like,
we work.
we're like not available, like we have stuff going on. Like, why did you tell us 4
Oh,
days?
he
in
did.
advance?
He did that to me too.
Did he?
Because I'm a good bowler. I know we've talked about this, right? So Phil's like, Mayor, I'm in a bowling fundraiser. I need you on my team.
That's because Brett and I said no.
It's okay. True
Or
story.
opposite.
I didn't realize that.
John, it could have been
You got
Tom
pulled
saying
up from
no
the farm
first.
league.
Yeah.
What's that, Joe?
You got pulled up from the farm league. That's what they're
I don't
saying.
know if it was
Sounds
before
like.
or after.
I would
think
say before because he's a great bowler.
that's what I'm saying too. Like I do know I'm a good
18.
bowler. I think Phil would probably reach out to me before Brett and Vez because I'm a good bowler, not because he likes me better, because I'm a good bowler.
Here's
So-
why I think it's
Phil likes to
after.
win. Okay.
Because Brett, Phil, and I have traditionally been this team.
Oh.
For years.
Okay. Yeah, it might
So-
have been after then. So this is revolting though. So Phil's like, Mayor, I need you on my team, and I didn't realize I'm freaking fifth string, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, when
have
is
a
it?
council
He's
meeting.
like, it's on Monday, dude. You just broke the headline.
I'm
you just
sorry.
broke the joke.
I didn't know that's where it was
Oh,
going.
thanks. Put on cheese. All right, there you go. Thanks, Kevin.
All right, can we rewind?
Nope.
Do the rewind
You
sound.
killed it.
Yeah.
You
You're
shit
good at
on
the
it. You
rewind
shit on the
sound.
joke. Kevin shit on the joke. It was, yeah. So like, I'm going through this whole thing, and I'm like, yeah, Phil, that sounds like fun. Okay, because Phil has fun all the time.
Sure.
And I'm like, I'll have fun too. Why
Phil's
not?
a fun guy.
Why not? Why not have a
sure.
little bit of fun,
Yeah,
Mayor?
I want to be like the chief
I'm
of
in.
staff.
So like, I'm like, chief of staff's in. I'm in too. This is
Yeah.
gonna be fun. I didn't realize that's fifth string, but so I pull up my phone. Council meeting.
Well, did you say, Phil, do you know there's a council meeting?
Yeah, he doesn't even. It doesn't even register.
No.
He's like,
Hey, I got some fun plans Monday night. I don't care what's going on.
hey, Mayor, you got the council meeting, so I'm going to be bowling and shit and having a good time. You go cover that council meeting and get yelled at.
Should I feel bad that I wasn't even asked at all for the bowling league?
What?
Not even asked. Not even once. Not first string, second string, fifth string.
You're
He must
second
have.
string.
You know why? Because he's like, Kevin's got to cover the city council meeting for
True
me.
story.
I can't ask
Dude,
Kevin.
I can't ask people they're going to be covering my ass. Love you, Phil. Woo.
Love you,
All right.
Phil.
Boy, that's a picture into our life with Phil Talon.
Have
Who's
a
gonna
nice
win the Super Bowl,
party.
guys?
49ers.
Kevin?
I sense a Chiefs win.
It could happen.
You know why? I think they are playing in the playoffs. They have been playing at their highest level. I was so impressed against the Ravens.
Yeah.
I thought the Ravens were going to roll them.
I agree with you.
And they played so well. If they
Their
play like
defense
that,
played great.
And the Niners really had to come back against the Lions. Lions ate them up first half.
Agree.
So it'll be interesting. I kind of want the Niners, but I think the Chiefs are going to win.
Okay, Kevin's on with Chiefs.
Who was the guy from the Niners that was injured? Is he back?
Debo?
Debo? Yeah. Debo's
He's
back.
playing,
Yeah.
He's back.
They're at full steam.
which will help them.
Yeah, they're at full
I
steam.
think I'm gonna go. As much as I don't like Patrick Mahomes, but I'll go Chiefs. I think.
All right.
You're a Taylor.
You know why I wanted the Chiefs to win? Because of
Uh,
Taylor Swift. That's why I want the
Shut
Chiefs
up.
to win.
No, you don't.
What is? I'm with the 49ers. I grew up a 49er fan, and I mean my whole life before I became a Chicago Bears
fan,
fan. I gave up the Niners and took the Bears.
So you were like,
I didn't when the
growing up,
Bears
Joe
were shitty.
Montana.
Huh?
Joe
grew up-
Montana.
He was my idol.
Wow.
And then Steve Young
How could
was
he
my
not
idol.
be?
Like they were my idols. And by the way, he's Notre Dame and 49ers.
Mhm.
So like I'm Joe Montana. So I'm a 49er guy this weekend. I think they're going to win legitimately. I do respect Kevin's opinion though. The Chiefs played awesome against the Ravens.
Yeah.
It'll be. I think it's
And I
actually
lo-
going to be a really good Super Bowl.
Okay, what's the over/under on Kevin bitching about Taylor Swift? 4 or less?
I have changed my mind about this because of you, actually.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You actually made a very good point a couple weeks ago.
I love it when you say you
No,
actually made a good point.
I
As though
apologize.
it's like
For
you
what?
made-
you actually made a
That's
good
a bad
point.
habit of mine.
As
Yeah.
opposed to
Yeah.
normally
you
you're
don't.
fucking you're
Right.
full of shit.
He
and
does
no-
that a lot.
I do.
Yeah.
That's a bad habit of mine.
It's all right.
I apologize.
I'm not offended. I love messing with you. about it.
You made a great point a couple weeks ago when you said, "How is it Taylor Swift's fault that the producers on the NFL focus on her and she just happens to be there because her
Right.
boyfriend's playing?"
She's sitting there drinking.
Great point. I never thought of that. I never considered that. I was like, she's not saying put the camera on me 50 times a
If
game.
she had a magic button that made the camera go on her, I would be pissed at her.
I'm pissed
right?
at the producers now.
Good.
Yeah, that's
I
where
like
I'm
it.
at. I'm
All right.
I'm
So-
with you.
So the under would be a solid bet in that case.
Yep.
Kevin's not going to
I'm not. I mean, it may annoy me, but it's not her fault.
I love watching her. I think she's very beautiful, and it makes me happy, honestly.
Flying in from Tokyo.
I love her.
I
think
like
she's
watching
great.
Mama-
I'm actually like hardcore, more Taylor Swift. I don't even know many of her songs, but I think she's a lovely person. I see like videos of her and stuff, and she just seems like a really nice person. Like,
Are you ready for April?
I like
19th?
Mama Kelsey.
what's that?
Are you ready for April 19th?
Yeah, that's when she drops her new. That's when
Yeah.
she drops her new album, Jill.
Mm-hmm.
Look
I
out.
know what's up. I know what's up
You're
with
such
Taylor.
a Swiftie.
Dude, it's in part of my algorithm now.
I
Honestly, like
oh,
her
the
shit.
theories are ridiculous. Those people are
Oh, about
crazy.
oh, I know the
my
right wingers.
God.
Yeah, the right
Everything.
wingers. They're like Taylor's behind everything, and
Yes.
God
Oh.
forbid she gets people to vote. Holy
Yes.
crap!
No. My favorite is they're going. Taylor Swift and Kelsey after the game are going to announce that they're endorsing Biden.
By the way, she probably is voting for Biden.
Of course.
Some people have to make a choice.
Yes.
And she is probably one of those people that's going to have to make a choice.
But,
And
like,
I
there's
don't
this-
see her voting for the orange dude.
There's this conspiracy that the NFL is pumping her up because they want Biden, and so they're going to show her.
I think if you looked at the NFL audience and polled them for their political choices, I think it's more of a Trump audience.
I
Wouldn't
agree.
you? Yeah?
Yep.
Would you guys agree with that?
Yeah.
Like the typical NFL fan would probably lean towards Trump.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree. Okay. So,
Which is why they're all pissed.
Yeah.
Now I'm becoming more of a Swiftie
I love
because
it.
of those conspiracy
Hey,
theories.
Phil is in chat. Phil,
We don't care. Can we block him?
Phil's saying there's a lot of fake news going on this evening.
Yeah.
But also,
Hey,
Phil,
Phil.
we want to know your Super Bowl pick.
Oh, yeah, please.
Mm.
I
Put it
hope
in,
he
Put
Phil.
that in
I
chat.
hope he says the Chiefs. I really hope he says the
I
Chiefs.
think 49ers are going to win. Tom, I'm with you.
I think the 49ers, like Kevin said, they did have to come back in both games, but the important part is they did.
Chiefs. Yeah.
And
Niners did. Yeah.
They locked the Chiefs down in the second half, which tells me they have the ability to do that to teams. To
And
just
John-
be like, okay, they're done scoring.
John was 2 for 2 on the championship
Right.
weekend, so
Yeah.
John's a pretty good prognosticator at this
Really?
point.
Or we could get a coin and test that theory, and we could all call the next two coin flips and see who's
Yeah,
right.
we
God
could do
damn,
that.
he is a genius when it comes to coin flips.
Well, this is the exciting part of this episode so far has been nothing we have talked about has been on script.
We are
And we have a-
walking on thin ice, and you guys think it's just normal
Yeah.
stuff, right?
Well,
Kevin's
hey, when the mayor,
screaming internally.
that's right.
Let's get back on script before we get sued.
right.
What's
We have a
script?
ton of stuff.
Oh
to
my
talk
gosh,
about.
we have a lot of stuff to talk about today.
Hey, John,
So-
could you click on that TikTok about the sphere?
Yeah. Let's
So in
pull
a
that
sphere,
up.
This isn't about Grateful Dead, I promise. This is about
for those of you that do not like the dead.
Another 30-minute segment on the spear, huh?
no.
Well-
Yeah, this is not a 30 minute. This is like a 2 minute, but it's a guy illegally trespassed on the sphere.
Yeah, and I
yesterday.
think it's more like Super Bowl based because since Super Bowl's in Las Vegas this weekend, I think
Yep.
probably they're trying to get
Super Bowl based. I like the way you
Super Bowl based sphere
Good
news
job.
update.
Good job.
Yes,
That was actually pretty smart.
yes. I appreciate that actually. John, do you have this? This
Yeah.
is good.
Ready?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Today, a Las Vegas local was arrested for climbing to the top of the sphere. This giant hollow ball is 366 feet tall, and the man who did it is Mason DeChamps. He's a content creator and activist known as the pro-life Spider-Man. Despite rainy conditions, it took him about 20 minutes to reach the top, and then he came down and was promptly arrested. The outside
true.
of the
Not
sphere
true.
is covered
Fake
with
news.
1.2 million hockey puck-sized LED lights. But this gentleman is no stranger to climbing. His entire platform is based around him climbing buildings illegally to bring attention to a cause.
Guys, I'm here on top of the sphere. I guess they're going to make me go through the top, but I just wanted to say that we are doing this today to raise money for a mother named Isabel.
While I won't go into the specifics of his cause, sources on site report that he's aware of the risk and willing to give his life for his platform. There was heavy police presence in the area, and the climber was ultimately safely apprehended and then charged with destruction of property and conspiracy to destroy property. More details in the comments. Follow me.
All right.
That doesn't look like it was hard.
No, I think a couple things, right? It kind of like once you get over the hump, you're kind of like going
Yeah.
downward, not going to
It's not
fall
that
back.
dangerous.
Tom
I mean,
could do
like,
it.
I think I could do.
I think you could.
Honestly, I think I would be scared shitless.
Yes.
Like I was going to let go and tumble to my death.
But it has like some natural like stairs almost.
I think once you get over, once you start going like
Like this way, like right
Yeah,
about
correct.
here,
once you pass
you're
that
good.
initial scary phase, like and
What's
you
that
start
called?
going.
The diameter or
I
the
don't know,
radius?
like the
Not-
circumference?
the circumference. There you go.
Yeah,
Once you get
past
middle,
the circumference,
it's the middle of a circle.
and it's like
the
it
equator.
looks like a ladder. Like literally, like you see people that are climbing buildings. That looks scary as hell. Where they're like putting their hand in the crevices and pulling themselves up. This looks like it's easy, man. I'm going to do it when we go. I'm going to prove I got
no.
this.
I think it was interesting. Like his name is really French.
right there. Look at that.
There. Oh
What?
yeah. See,
That
like look,
looks
it's like,
easy.
Yes, it's a ladder.
I mean, I don't know how tall that is, John. If it was more than like 10,
They say
8
20
feet.
minutes to do it?
Yes.
Yeah, 20
20
minutes.
What?
I wonder if there's a ladder in there somewhere. Like
Well,
for
they
maintenance.
They did from the top. They came up through the top. They said, "Come this way, boy. You're
Yeah,
not going
he
back
didn't get
down
to
the way
climb
you
back
came."
down.
Right.
He had to go through the top.
What do you have to lose at that point? He's already getting arrested. You may as well go down and enjoy it. Man.
Yeah, I'd say the climb down might be worse.
Yeah, agree.
actually, because
Climbing up is more natural.
once you
than-
get over the equator and you're on the way down, that'd be rough because that's a weird angle.
you're right.
Yeah,
And this is some footage of him.
at the top. This is kind of cool. Look at
That's
that.
crazy.
Whoa.
Good job, Spider-Man.
Do you remember there was
French
a Spider-Man
Spider-Man?
guy that
Parlez-vous, Spider-Man?
yeah, his name is
What's-
like They said his name is Mason Deschamps, but it's like Maison Deschamps. It's like house of something.
Really?
Jill,
Yes.
did you know that Kevin speaks French?
Not much.
I took French too.
Really?
Yeah.
You guys talk to each other?
Oui.
It's two.
We? All right.
Oui.
Yeah. All right, man.
Look at that. There he is on top. That's crazy.
It's pretty cool.
That
Yeah,
guy looks
it's
like
like-
every criminal on To Catch a Criminal. Like every pedophile.
Really?
They ever.
Oh no.
He looks like every like base jumper I've ever seen. He's super skinny and like
he's got his like GoPro on.
yeah.
Are those women's glasses?
Right here. Yeah.
It does look women. Well, I mean,
I
you
don't
know,
think so.
the French
Those are
man,
dudes,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
There you go.
The French.
Good call. He looks French.
Oh, he's pro-life activist. You might
Yes,
have said that, Kevin. Sorry.
He's no, I don't think I did. He's a pro-life activist. He, like his quote was, "I climb skyscrapers to raise money for women in crisis pregnancies. Christ is king." So that's his kind of platform. So there you go.
Hallelujah.
Maison Deschamps.
All right, man. There
Congrats.
you go. See, now we're cruising. We're in fully
back on
on
script.
We're back on script. We're not going to get sued. We talked to our lawyer for Lockpod yesterday, and he goes, "What are you guys doing right now?" I said, "We're pre-showing, so we don't get sued again." he liked that answer.
Yes, he did.
I said, "We like to pre-show so we don't get sued when our show is over." So, Governor Newsom story.
Oh, this is great. I love Governor Newsom updates.
Governor Newsom story.
Sphere updates are good. Governor Newsom updates are great. We also have
Update.
a Todd Rokita update later in the show.
We
So
have
stay
good
tuned.
updates today. It seems like we like lay these table topics out for you, and then when they naturally update, it gives us shit to talk about down the
does.
road. So Governor Newsom seems to be one of our topics, and California is definitely a topic. Governor Newsom was Christmas shopping. Do you guys know that?
It's nice.
He went to Target with his son in California. I imagine a Sacramento area Target store. There's some really nice parts of Sacramento, but I was just in downtown Sacramento about a year ago with Patrick. God, I could not believe.
Nice or not nice?
Not nice.
Not nice.
Like
Kind
down
of like
by
when
the
you went to
State House.
Reno and you were like, nah.
Reno was scary, but
Yeah.
that was during a pandemic.
Usually
But like,
you don't see Targets in not nice areas.
no, I imagine where Newsom shops is probably nicer. I was down by the State House, and the State House, California State House, looks like it reminds me of like a country. Like you're
It's
in
that big.
Dude, it's so beautiful. It reminds me of the White House, but it's different colors. It's like a white color scheme with
So
like
it's like
gold.
a White House, like a flat roof and like not a big dome.
No, I guess that was the wrong comparison. It just reminds me of like a country's.
Gotcha.
Texas reminded me of that too.
Something you see in D.C., not a state capital.
Or like something you'd see in a country's capital.
Gotcha.
And it's California's capital. But like, so the area around there is gorgeous, and then you get 1 block away from there, it's seedy as hell. Tons of weed shops, tons of like burnouts, like tons of like homeless burnout. Like,
so like
everywhere.
you know how in some
Patrick
states,
and I were like, whoa. Like,
do you remember when Blagojevich was governor and he didn't use the governor's mansion in Springfield? He stayed in Chicago. Does he live in the governor's mansion in Sacramento, or does he
not
live
sure.
like somewhere else?
I'm not sure. Good
Because
question.
he's from San Francisco, right?
Yeah, he's from San Francisco, but I imagine he lives in the governor's mansion.
Okay.
You
Maybe
know
he has
who
a
he
house in
you
San
know who he was
Francisco,
married
too.
to his first time and he got divorced?
Guilfoyle,
Donald
Trump's
Donald-
Jr.
Yeah, Trump Jr.
Trumpy Jr.'s wife
I know.
or girlfriend. I don't know.
She
Is
was
it?
Woof.
she was a reporter, and he was married to her, and then they had a falling out.
So, like, what if, like, Trump will be termed out, Biden will be termed out. I wonder if it'd be like Don Jr. against Gavin Newsom, and then it'll be like, the
Don't
wife
forget-
of the
don't forget-
ex-wife. and
Oh,
the-
god dang, man, that's crazy. But think about like, I mean, yeah. Well, we have to get through this next
Yeah,
election first.
Dude.
Kevin and I were going through
This
scenario-
story's good, though.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is it? I don't think we're ever going to get to it.
no,
we're
it
not.
might not.
We're not. We're talking about Gavin Newsom trivia right now. It's not on the notes though. But okay, so Gavin Newsom's at Target with one of his sons. It's during Christmas shopping, and of course, in California, if you're at a Target, you're gonna see people stealing shit. That's just the way it is. And they don't even like back in the old days when you stole shit, like in the '80s. You'd put it in your pocket and you'd be like low profile. You'd slip it in
Right.
your pants. You'd have to like hide it. Nowadays, they don't give a shit. They're just like, fuck you, I'm stealing stuff. And nobody touches them, which is enraging to me. I don't know if I could withhold from like tackling them in a situation like that. Even as a civilian.
I hear you.
Like, there was a guy breaking into an Apple store the other day in California, of course.
Yeah, saw that.
I saw that too. He took like 50 phones and they're all just like calling the cops, just watching him. He's ripping phones out.
All you have to do is like tackle
was a
the
little
guy.
wimp.
And by the
He's
way,
like
like they have
110
like,
pounds.
and he's got a bunch of stuff in his hands now.
I know. I'd like tackle him. Okay, call the cops now. He's not going anywhere.
Right.
But everybody just stands by and watches him.
And there's a cop car parked outside in that video.
Dude.
Right outside.
It's
Doesn't
like,
mean that
what
he's
does it
in-
matter? A
cops in
bunch
it.
of freaking lemmings, dude. We turned into a bunch of wimpy lemmings.
It's because people see it on social media and they're like, oh, you're just supposed to stand by and watch it happen.
I'm going to tackle somebody if they do that in front of me. I don't care if I work there or not. I'm going to tackle them. I'm going to ask somebody to call the cops, especially if it's a little wimpy kid like it was in this case.
I was pissed today coming to the studio. A guy passed me on the right on Homan in the one lane thing. I was like, this guy's insane. And he was going really fast.
Did he have a sweater
Went through
on?
Munster, went through Ridge Road. It was
Was
crazy.
his car blue?
He had a sweater on. And the weird thing is Kevin was listening to Steely Dan while he was driving.
Oh, the rage.
Dude,
I was
the
pissed,
Steely
man. I
Dan
was like,
rage.
this guy, I hate that one.
Learn to work the saxophone. And
Okay,
Kevin
we
just
know.
starts getting pissed.
I walked in and Kevin was
Temperature.
on 10.
Yeah,
What the hell
temperature
is
goes
that
up.
even
Yeah,
a
John and I
podcast?
were talking about the Rakita.
This is kind of.
But no,
We're never going to get to this.
The interesting thing about this, and this is interesting, right? Because it's all about because what Governor Newsom did in response to this, or no, did you even tell the funny part of the story?
No, I didn't.
Okay, get to
so,
that.
he's sitting there, the person's stealing a bunch of stuff, and Newsom's sitting there watching it, his kid's sitting there watching it, and they're at a counter with this young lady that's checking him out. And Newsom's like, and it goes down like this. I'm sort of reading off the script. Newsom said, why didn't you stop him? Newsom said he asked the clerk, and then the clerk goes, oh, the governor lowered the threshold. There's no accountability. We don't stop them because of the governor. And then Newsom's sitting there, and he is, it's just not true, he said. He told the clerk, California has the 10 toughest law against retail theft in the nation, he lectured, in a way that must have seemed super weird until she deduced his identity, right? So she's like, doesn't realize it's Gavin Newsom, and she's just like, oh, yeah, fucking governor. Like, doesn't do anything, so we don't do anything either. And he's sitting there like, what?
What are you talking about? And I think this goes to what the we were talking about this yesterday when we were pre-showing. It's like street narrative versus reality.
This is the problem he has, Kevin, is on the street.
People think that the governor and the state of California is loose on shoplifters.
So they just do it.
Right. The reality is, and actually John did this research. We were talking about it before the show. He said what had happened about 10 years ago, John found that there was a proposition that made any theft below 900 a misdemeanor. That doesn't mean you can't get arrested.
I didn't.
So
right.
I think that's interesting and very important because that's the same law in Indiana. If it's under, I think it's 750 or something, it's a misdemeanor. It's conversion.
Right.
You don't get charged with a felony theft when you take a pack of gum from the Walgreens. Okay, you get charged with conversion, and it's a misdemeanor. Same thing in California. But I think again, it's like the street narrative is, nobody arrests anybody in California anymore, so we better not call. And all these videos are online,
right?
And nobody calls, and so they just let the people go.
Yeah.
And there might be, by the way, a lot of store policies are don't confront shoplifters, call the police.
In my store, it would be
tackle them.
Especially do a quick analysis about their weight. If they're less than 130, tackle them immediately.
And I would say also, do they have an accomplice? If they have an accomplice, I'd be a little more nervous because
they
that guy
displaying
could
a
have
weapon?
or they may have a weapon. What if there's a lookout at the front door?
Right.
That would make me nervous.
John, the guy in the Apple store was a solo operator, right? Yeah.
That's a tackle.
Tackle that guy.
That's a
You
tackle.
freaking
And
idiots.
fun, by the way. You could really nail the guy.
Hell yeah.
Like
You
kind of
could-
blindside him?
Dude, you could waste him. You could
Totally.
pound him repeatedly in the face. Nobody's going to say 10 things to you.
Well, and the truth is, once you tackle him, everybody else will come and help.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're waiting for that one person
Correct.
to be brave.
Correct.
That's my role. I'm waiting for that role. And I'm going to be in a situation where I have to
I
do
hope
something like
not.
that. I know, man. I know this is my role in life.
I hope not.
I always think, I hope it's not in church or something like that. I always feel like I'm going to be in a situation where I have to tackle somebody, and then I'm probably going to get killed. So
John,
I'm on the record predicting it on Lockpod.
we
right
should-
here.
I think
We
you
should-
said that before.
I
too.
know. Honestly, I know my role. I know, when shit goes down, I know what I'm supposed to do. And I'm that guy. And there should be other men across America.
I think there are.
Yeah. Just if something goes down, I got to save people. And that's my role as a young, healthy person. I'm not that young, and I'm decently healthy.
I want to see more videos of
You
people
walked that back real quick.
I did. I was young, healthy. I'm like, fuck, I'm
Wait a minute,
55,
I'm not young
fat
and
as
not
hell.
that healthy, but-
Whatever. But I can still do it.
It's good that you think that in your head because
I
then
do.
you can do it.
I could totally do it.
So remember we did that video of that lady from the dollar store or something, knocking that guy off his bike. She followed him in his car.
Yeah.
I want more of those videos.
You're
Those
gonna
are the
see it.
videos I want more of than some guy in a Walgreens in Brooklyn walking out with $500 worth of stuff and nobody talking to him.
See, the problem, I think, Governor
With a
Newsom.
blowtorch.
I'm sorry. Did I cut you off, Joe?
Well, no, I was just going to ask. So, if you're the employee and you tackle somebody, can that person sue you then?
They'll sue the company. That's the
They
problem.
try to. It's a joke.
But if you're just a regular shopper, if I'm an Apple Store customer and I tackle him, he could sue me. What are you going to get?
have at it.
And by the way, juries are going to feel sorry for me because I did the right thing. But if I pound him repeatedly in the face, maybe I will.
You probably
get
don't
sued.
need to do that.
Right. Yeah. It's just like you said, it's a free
Restrain
invitation.
him. It is a free invitation for a blindside.
They're like, why did you keep on hitting him in the nose? Like
you
just
already
kept on
blindsided him and
like-
knocked him out.
Like 5 minutes later, you're just like, oh, hold on. Like, it's like you went a little over
I
the
think
top.
if you keep yelling, stop resisting, you can do whatever you want.
Really?
That's
That
true.
is key. Good job,
Like,
Joe.
I'm going to kick you in the balls again if you don't stop resisting.
He's like passed out. Okay, but the problem Newsom has, in my opinion, is we said it.
Yep.
The word on the street is a powerful word.
And the social media narrative.
Right. Like I had, sometimes even if even if it's not true that Gavin Newsom made it easier to shoplift, the narrative on the street is Gavin Newsom did this, and that's a major problem for Gavin Newsom in California. And we've mentioned this. I think Gavin Newsom sort of loved across America by Democrats because he's like the new shiny thing. But like in California, I talked to friends of mine that
Look at my brother.
Right.
When he came on.
And your brother grew up Democrat.
Sure, of
right?
course. Yeah.
And now you talk to your brother about Gavin Newsom and he can't stand him.
He doesn't like him.
By the way, I talk to people where I grew up, the same thing. They hate him. And these are Democrats I'm talking to.
Yeah, it could be one of those things where, like, just, you know what I mean? If you're governor, then you're mayor of San Francisco, then you're governor, they're just like, we're sick of this dude.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
I don't know.
It seems to me, though, like there's laws on the books that Newsom's talking about, but there's a different, if you're not enforcing those laws. We've
Fair.
all seen
Yeah,
the
John.
videos, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think it's just like the word on the street is. It's like these laws aren't being enforced.
But are they not being enforced, John, because no one's calling the cops? If the cops were there, would they be like, go ahead?
Or is it-
I mean, that's the difference, right?
Yeah,
It could be like a store policy. Don't
Right.
bother anybody. Let them go, which is,
Well, I think probably the legal system has failed them numerous times when they actually do something. So they're like, it's not even worth it. Because if I tackle this guy and I give it to the DA and the DA doesn't press charges, we get sued for sure. This guy's going to sue Target for sure. And then I submit the criminal case to the DA and the DA says this isn't a big
Well, I
deal.
mean, the truth is, look, in
You know what I'm saying,
Indiana,
though, Kevin?
yeah, but if you get charged with conversion in Indiana, are you really going to go to jail usually?
No, but you got something on your record. At
Sure.
least there's a penalty.
And nobody wants a theft on their record, by
Right.
the way. Tough to get a job.
Yeah, man.
But then again, the other thing could be that does a store want to have a policy of, yes, stop people that are shoplifting, because now you potentially can get sued by your employees if they get harmed.
Right.
I mean, so it's a tough one. It's a tough one.
Hey,
Kevin, are you advocating for vigilante justice?
That's an interesting question.
don't answer that, Kevin.
No.
Don't answer.
The answer is no. I'm not advocating for vigilante justice.
Hey.
But in a situation, I don't have a problem with Tom tackling the guy. And I'll
that's
come
my role.
after. I'll
That
come
is my
after.
role.
Like, great job, Tom. Let me hold him down
I
with
need
you.
people after. If I'm gonna freaking take that bold step, I need people right after. Like, help! Like, I'll be yelling next. Like,
You punch him.
because I don't want to go solo with a freaking maniac, right?
Agreed. Yeah.
Like, stun him. Give me some help ASAP.
Blindside and then
because
get
like
some help.
numbers are gonna help there. It's not just.
That's when you say, you know what? I'm not as young and healthy
Hey guys,
as I thought.
we're like stretching the first segment. We got to do some ads and then come back.
All right. Can we do a quick update? John had a real quick update. John.
Yeah,
can
this
you-
is kind of a breaking follow-up to the EC
Okay.
BP permit hearing that went wrong. And this is kind of unfolding in real time. But
Really,
So Jesse Gomez,
Yep.
who is
Yeah.
an EC
school board
member,
and a fan of the show.
during the show, and I'm not saying Lockpot had anything to do with this, but he posted this just now. For the record, neither I nor any of my colleagues on the school board approved of locking out the public or the media from this important meeting.
This is BP.
The plot
So,
thickens.
and thank you,
The
Tom,
plot
for
does
putting that.
thicken.
The chat, we have the best chat, man. They're like putting stuff in real time and everything.
Dude, BP
We love
killed
you,
that
Chad.
meeting. BP didn't want to have that meeting. I guarantee you. They didn't want to have that meeting yesterday because they just shit all over the region a week ago. So I don't think the East Chicago School Board had anything to do with that yesterday. I think that's a bunch of hogwash.
That's a huge post right there.
Thank you,
that
Jesse.
is- wow.
Jesse Gomez, East Chicago School Board
Thanks for the
trustee,
update, Jess.
and friend of mine for 20 plus years and a friend of the show. So thank you, Jesse. Let's go ahead and do some ads, and we're going to come back. We're going to talk a little football. Jim Irsay, and then we're going to roll into Brett Favre updating some stories. So we'll come on back. And then when we come back after that, we're going to be talking a little bit of
if we have time.
signatures and Todd
I don't
Rakita's
see us
narc
hitting all
tool.
these.
Todd Rakita's narc tool. Okay. So we'll be back. Powering Indiana Lake County, IBEW Local 697, and NECA proudly bring you to Powering Indiana Lake County. With over a century of experience, they've been safely wiring the region. From powering corporations along the lakefront to lighting up homes across Lake County, Powering Indiana Lake County is your trusted source for electrical professionals. Join them as they continue to light the way for Northwest Indiana. Visit Powering Indiana Lake County at www.poweringindiana.org.
MCR Partners. Are you seeking expertise in economic development, finance, and planning? Look no further than MCR Partners, your go-to professionals for comprehensive solutions. Their dedicated team is ready to assess your opportunities and ensure the successful completion of your projects. Discover the difference MCR Partners can make in navigating the intricacies of economic development. Stay informed and connected by visiting our website at mcrpartnersllc.com for personalized assistance. Reach out to Matt Reardon at 219-741-9511.
Byway Brewing, a family-friendly microbrewery, welcomes you to their spacious tap room and outdoor patio. Enjoy award-winning craft beer, a chef-driven menu, and craft draft cocktails. Their unique brewing equipment and production facility provide a perfect backdrop for private events. Whether it's a bridal shower, reunion, or corporate party, with their new food truck, they can cater to your corporate and private events. Off-site customer service is their top priority at Byway Brewing, just off of 8094 at the Kennedy Avenue South exit. Discover more at bywaybrewing.beer. I went there the other night for dinner. It was awesome. Great mashed potatoes and chicken schnitzel.
Whoa.
Go.
Kuklakis Law. Are you currently navigating complex legal challenges? Unsure of where to turn for guidance? Your search ends here with Kuklakis Law, your trusted partner for legal solutions in Indiana and in Illinois. Whether you're seeking expert representation for real estate transactions, you need assistance in forming your business, or have experienced a personal injury at work or in a car crash, Kuklakis Law is here for you. No matter the nature of your legal issue, our team is ready to help. Call us today at 219-671-6347 to schedule your free consultation. Hablamos Español.
Rogers Roofing. When you demand nothing but the best for your home and family, trust the industry leader, Rogers Roofing. For over 54 years, they've been transforming homes in Northwest Indiana and Chicagoland. Their commitment to quality shines through in their roofing, siding, gutters, and windows, all backed by the most comprehensive warranties in the business. Visit their website at rogersroofing.com or call 219-933-9145 to schedule your free consultation. That's rogersroofing.com, 219-933-9145. At Rogers Roofing, we expect nothing less than excellence every time.
Thanks, Jill. Thanks to our sponsors.
And thanks, Krista, for the nice comment in chat. She said, love, love, love this show. I look forward to watching every week.
Thanks, Krista.
Is that you
nice.
that responded, we love you too, Krista?
Yes.
Thanks.
Don't we? Do we not?
Yes.
Do we not love Krista?
Yes.
Of course we do. I just saw that and I was like, what context is that in?
Yeah.
Appreciate it, Krista.
We lost Kevin.
We love you
Kevin's
too,
gone.
Krista.
Hey, we did a
That's what I'm
story
supposed to say.
a couple weeks ago. But we did a story with Indianapolis Colts owner Jim Irsay. This was, there's a situation going on in America right now. This is not news. This is a fact. The fentanyl is ruining lives and families across the country. Fentanyl has made its way from a surgical drug into cocaine, into fake prescription pills. There's liquid forms of fentanyl, which is scary as hell because it only takes literally a drop of fentanyl to kill you. So imagine if somebody put a couple drops in your drink, you're done. It's complete poison. It'll cause you to stop breathing. Whenever I hear any story about people dying together, like the one we talked about last show, where the three guys, the Kansas City Chiefs fans, went into the backyard and they decided to do cocaine. We found
We don't know
all
what
three
they
of them.
did, but maybe cocaine. Did they say cocaine? I don't know.
They found cocaine in their system.
Okay, got it.
And it had fentanyl, so I imagine that's how it happened.
Gotcha. I
But
didn't remember.
so what I'm saying is fentanyl is ruining lives, and it's not just the poor. It's not a white thing. It's not a black thing. It's not, it has nothing. It has to do with every demographic group. And just to prove that, a billionaire, the owner of the Indianapolis Colts, was revived at his home for the second time in December, I believe, overdosing on what is believed to be fentanyl.
Yeah, he hasn't. And the interesting thing is, his most public statement just said he's on the mend. He thanks everybody for their prayers and all the messages of love and support. He said that on X on Tuesday, but no, he hasn't come out. Although he has been very open about his previous addiction issues, he hasn't come out on this and said this is what it was.
Right. In fact,
so he's been to rehab 15 times.
The Colts statement said that
severe respiratory illness,
respiratory illness, and he's on the mend. Although when he was found in December overdosing, he was revived using Narcan by the Carmel Fire Department.
Yep.
He was found. He was blue. He was in his bathroom. They administered Narcan. He started breathing. They took him in. And the scary thing is that was the second one that's been reported. That's the ones we know about. And I came out with a thumb rule. It's a grim thumb rule. But I said, anybody that has overdosed once and they don't immediately fix their life, they're probably going to die real soon.
And I think a lot of that has to do with just what's on the street. I mean, the mayor and I are lucky enough to be briefed by some very, I shouldn't say lucky, it's a bad, you're right, bad choice of words. The mayor and I get information from the police department, and one of the things that we learn, and this is really scary, and it should tell all your kids or anybody that has, may have this issue, may not even have this issue. It's to the point where, this stuff gets pressed into pills. And you may be at a party and someone's like, try this. You don't know what's in it. It could have something in it. It could have a dose of fentanyl that the drug dealer has no idea that they've laced too much of it in. And that person is going to die.
Yeah.
Because of one pill.
One pill.
Be
one
careful.
Pill will
it is
kill you.
So scary. And when
you can't take a pill.
That's right.
If you're taking pills and you don't know where that pill came from, like it came from the pharmacy at Walgreens, if it's not in a bottle, you cannot take it anymore. You will die eventually. You're going to take the wrong pill.
It's Russian roulette. I mean, it really is, and that's what the police are telling you. I mean, when the police are saying that, they're seeing it on the street. They're not lying to the mayor. That's what they're seeing.
We get briefed by the captain in charge of narcotics every 2 to 3 weeks, and right now it's not as hot, thankfully. But when a bad batch goes through our area, multiple people will die. It's just like you go to your normal drug dealer. Normally, the drug dealer gives you cocaine. It's normally totally safe, and then you do it, and you get whatever high you get off of it, and life goes on. But sometimes that drug dealer gives you the wrong bag. Yep. And you do that line, and you sit in your house wasting away, decomposing until somebody finds you.
That's right.
Because you die on the spot.
It's scary. And then when the police department's getting updates from the coroner about what's going on, I mean, you know that it's a problem.
Whatever happened to the days where you could just get some cocaine and go to a football game
Wall
with
Street.
your friends and snort it without having to worry about dying?
Pre-fentanyl.
Like the 70s, yeah.
I mean, what are we talking about? Let's forget fentanyl. Put that aside.
Yeah, I agree, John.
What are these people doing?
Well, how about the drug lean? I was reading about this the other day. Lean, which is what if you're a junkie, you're just like looking for the latest drug. The latest drug is called lean, and it's like 2 surgical drugs that are mixed together on the street, by the way. This isn't mixed in a lab.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like some freaking
By
junkie.
a real smart drug dealer.
Like mixing 2 dangerous chemicals together, and then they're like, here, inject this. And you inject it, and it makes you lean. And we saw
What
it.
does that mean, lean?
Like lean physically?
Like
Yes.
lean to the side.
They're like standing
it makes
up.
you lean.
They're standing up.
Oh, I didn't understand
Not
that.
lean
Thin.
like skinny.
I kept
Nothing.
thinking lean skinny.
Like Lynn. Like you'll see them
You lean
standing.
over.
Their 2 feet are standing on the ground, and they're bent over at the waist. Just
Whoa.
like tripping balls.
Lean, man.
Yeah. But you got a freaking junkie mixing up the chemicals. Like,
Can't wait to try that.
How do you even get your hands on the shit that you need to make
no
that?
shit, by the way. Fentanyl is a
Who
surgical
do you need
drug.
to know to get that stuff?
But Jill, fentanyl is a surgical drug. They give that to you in surgery. Like, what the fuck?
Or
Somebody's like,
post-surgery,
hey.
right? Painkiller.
No, they gave it to me to knock me out.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I had it when I woke up from gallbladder surgery. They gave it to me for pain relief, and they had someone stay in the room because they don't want you falling asleep, right? Because your breathing just stops.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's how it does it. So even the rich and famous, Jim Irsay, the owner of the Colts, has struggled with opioids. He's acknowledged that, overdosed apparently twice, and the Colts are covering for him still. He's on the mend, respiratory illness. I think that tough love is better because Jim Irsay is going to die of an overdose. Unfortunately, that's how I feel. If you can't get your shit straight after you freaking almost die twice and you've gone to rehab, I believe 15 times. Yeah. If you can't get your shit straight in this environment with the poison going around,
And I think
like
that's the difference, right? Like Jim Irsay probably went to his first rehab like in the 80s or something, right?
The 80s, it was fine.
Sure.
You can go to rehab. You could overdose 2 or 3 times in the 80s. Now, you get the wrong dose, you're dead.
One pill.
Prince got the wrong pill.
Yeah.
Prince, freaking multimillionaire, famous rock musician.
Michael
How did he
Jackson.
die? Michael Jackson was surgical. That was
It was Dr.
administered.
Administered,
but
but
that was a surgical drug
incorrectly.
too.
Yeah.
Right. Freaking crazy. Well, while we're on the topic of NFL, we got a quarterback situation we've covered on Lockpod involving Brett Favre, who I used to really like. I really liked Brett Favre as a quarterback.
I admired his skill, but because he was on the Packers, it just was difficult
You like him, Joe?
for me to like him.
I did. It's like these quarterbacks leave the Packers and then they just become absolute shitheads.
No shit, by the way,
True.
right?
What the fuck?
Right, Aaron Rodgers.
Insane.
Yeah, Vince
Yeah.
Lombardi, like same thing, right?
Why is Aaron Rodgers
Vince
insane?
Lombardi was
He was a coach. Yeah, never mind.
Wait, I
Who
don't
was
think
it?
he ever left the Packers.
Bart
by
Starr.
the way.
Bart Starr.
Bart Starr. Yeah,
Yeah,
there you
I
go.
was trying to think of Packer quarterbacks real quick.
There's not many.
Didn't work. It didn't work. I know they get one and they'll stay there for a decade. But
Because they're good.
Brett Favre, who was an amazing quarterback for
Yeah.
the Packers, and he went off to the Jets. He went
No,
to
I think
the
it was Vikings.
The Vikings. He went to.
I
Oh,
didn't think
okay.
he was on
I'm
the
sorry.
Jets.
Vikings,
Rodgers went to
Vikings.
the Jets, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But Brett
For like
Favre,
10
Did he go
seconds.
to the
right? Brett
Jets?
Favre
Maybe he did.
ordered by the Mississippi State Auditor to repay the state of Mississippi $1.1 million.
There
And-
goes all that Wrangler Gene money.
He's already spent. He's already repaid $500,000 in May of 2020. He paid $600,000 in 2021, and the new court filing says he still owes $730,000 because interest caused growth in the original amount he owed.
Does this have to
They're
do?
sticking it to him, man,
Remember
which
what-
is great.
So I guess the interesting thing about this is this is supposed to be money that he was to give speeches for, but he never gave.
That's exactly what it was.
And-
Kevin.
and
And
isn't-
the money was earmarked from welfare funds.
But how does he get paid in advance? Like that's so weird. Like he got paid
Mississippi, man.
$1.1 million in advance.
It's Mississippi, man.
Here's some money for speeches you're going to give
yeah,
from the welfare fund.
And
That's
how
why.
about speeches.
That's why Shannon Sharp was ripping him.
right. Shannon Sharp says and gets sued. By the way,
He
Sharp
got dismissed though.
You got to be a sorry mofo. This is what Shannon Sharp said. Don't sue me, Brett Favre. Okay, this is what
a quotation.
Shannon Sharp said this on Undisputed. You got to be a sorry mofo to steal from the lowest. Mississippi is the poorest state in our country, he said. Its citizens. So if they're the poorest state, Brett Favre has taken from the underserved. He's a sorry mofo.
Wow, that was very good. That was a good Shannon Sharp.
I added the
Well, if-
last.
if
sorry
Shannon
mofo.
Sharp
that
is
was
gonna-
me. The last one.
I believe
ad lib.
It wasn't Shannon Sharp at the end. That was
I
Tom
believed
McDermott.
it.
If
Yeah.
Shannon Sharp is going to steal Lockpod's theme song, I think
Yeah.
we can at least
Yeah.
impersonate Shannon
Yes,
Sharp.
thank you, Shannon
Okay.
Sharp. But yeah, man, Brett Favre, it's undisputed. He was given $1.1 million up front. Now they're charging him interest. He's already paid back $1.1 million, but the Mississippi State Auditor says you still owe me $800,000, buddy, in interest and all that other stuff.
Why was
That
he
is
doing
interesting.
speeches for the welfare?
No, I don't think he was doing it for the welfare. He was just paid for giving speeches. Who knows what the topic was?
He was paid from the welfare funds.
Yes.
But why would they be paying him to do speeches?
Great
for
question.
anything?
Great
Well,
question.
he's a Mississippi kid. He grew up
True.
in Mississippi.
But
Was
I'm
he
just
on
wondering if
welfare?
that.
He went to Mississippi State, right?
No.
Ole Miss?
Oh, wait a minute. Where did he go?
Well, his daughter plays volleyball for.
University of Mississippi, maybe?
Okay.
Ole Miss, like you said?
Yeah.
Didn't he get a bunch of trouble for sending dick pics too?
No.
Really?
I've
Wasn't
never
it?
heard that. Be
Oh,
careful.
we're
That could
getting
happen.
We don't want to get sued,
Allegedly.
Jill.
That could happen to
Allegedly.
anybody. Brett Favre did not send dick pics.
Tom says.
We've all been
That could
there.
happen to anybody. Who doesn't
Anthony
accidentally
Weiner.
send- Like, and he had to be named Weiner, of course.
So bizarre, dude.
It was so stupid. It was like he was predetermined.
Yeah.
It's like if you name your kid Jeeves, it's like, I wonder
gonna
why
be a
my kid's
butler?
a chauffeur. It's like,
Or a search engine?
There you
my
go.
kid is a search engine. It's like, don't predetermine your kid's destiny by naming him poorly. So anyway, Shannon Sharp got sued, much like Lockpod did, and Shannon Sharp stole our Lockpod theme song, and he
Well,
might
he
get
didn't stole
sued
it.
by
He
us.
just used it also. I think John found it on. Where'd you find it? Did you buy it, John?
Yes.
Yeah, we bought it. Okay.
But anyway, Brett Favre stole from the poor, and
He's paying it back, and owes more because of interest.
he's the opposite of Robin Hood when you think about it. Robin Hood
Yeah.
stole from the rich and gave to the poor. Brett Favre stole from the poor and gave to the rich.
Graved himself.
He is the opposite of Robin
not
Hood.
poor.
Brett Favre is anti-Robin Hood.
We'll keep you updated, though, on the Brett Favre story.
Yeah.
Real quick before we go to break, I just wanted to this came out yesterday, real exciting. Wrigley Field's going to host the Winter Classic again. Blackhawks 2025. Get ready. It's going to be a blast.
Let's go.
I'm
Who are they
going.
playing?
I didn't see, actually,
I got season tickets, bro.
for the Hawks. That
I
would
got
not be a Cubs
Wrigley
ticket.
Field. Whenever they have anything there, it's offered to Cubs season ticket.
Really?
Every time.
So, like, when the Dead
Concerts,
Company was
anything.
there?
Yeah. And I didn't
Wow.
get it, right?
All right, well, keep those tickets so we can go to the Winter Classic
I
next
have
year.
them. I just paid a lot of money for them.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, let's go.
Do some ads. Come back.
Misprint Printing. Elevate your brand with Misprint, the premier printing and sign solution in Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana. With a 30-year legacy of excellence, their experienced team, led by Rick Baltensberger, combines innovation and technology to deliver top-quality signs and printing, always on time and within budget. Visit them at misprintusa.com to bring your vision to life today. Misprint, your partner for creating impactful visual solutions.
Calumet Brewing. It's time to experience Michelob Ultra with only 95 calories, 2.6 carbs, and 4.2% ABV, the perfect way to start 2024 and keep those resolutions in check. It doesn't matter if you're kicking back after a workout, hitting a pickup game at the park, or heading out to a day out on the slopes. Be sure to enjoy a superior light beer that's only worth it if you enjoy it. Michelob Ultra is brewed to be a complement to your healthy lifestyle. Head over to the Cal Brew or the Michelob Ultra websites and social media pages for details on this great family of beers. Enjoy the Ultra lifestyle with beers and cheers responsibly.
Prestmer Insurance Company. For decades, the Ron J. Prestmer Insurance Agency has been your trusted neighbor right on Indianapolis Boulevard, serving all your insurance needs. Their wide range of insurance products and services, including auto, home, business, and life insurance, have helped over 1,000 individuals and businesses throughout Chicagoland and the Midwest. Call Ron or Ronnie today at 219-844-0103. They're here to protect what matters most to you.
Tortillas Nueva Leon sets the gold standard in Mexican cuisine across the Midwest. Look for their iconic red and white label at your local grocery store. Indulge in the finest Mexican products crafted with local expertise and savor the taste of authenticity. Discover the flavors of Tortillas Nuevo Leon today.
Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia de todo corazón. Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia, de todo corazón.
Thank you, Eli.
Thank you to our sponsors. Thank you, Powering America, Lake County,
I have an
for
update.
sponsoring our studio.
Jill has an update.
Ding, 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 ding.
There is a Brett Favre dick pic scandal.
No,
Wow.
I do remember something. I know my dick pic stories. I forgot about
Thank
that
God
one.
you didn't.
I have a sick
I didn't know what you were
curiosity.
about to say.
I have a sick curiosity
I know my
with dick pic scandals.
I know my dick pic
No,
scandals.
dick pic scandals.
Did you hear about the Drake dick pic scandal?
No, I did not.
Oh, he leaked. There was a leak.
Really? You don't say leak in dick pic scandal.
Yeah.
It's like bad.
Yeah.
It's
I
just
know
bad
my
visual.
dick pic
Dude.
scandals.
Yeah, it's just,
Dude. And you're a Drake fan.
I love Drake.
Oh, wait till you see this video.
I have to. I'm
For research
I'm a
purposes.
well-rounded Drake fan. I want to see it all.
It's going to make you feel small. Let me tell you.
See it all.
It's going to make you feel small.
Smaller.
I want to see, it's gonna be. Oh,
Wow, what do you know,
I'm
Kevin?
freaking Irish, dude. We're not known for our.
Just going by what he said on the pod before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right, let's go. We do share rooms too.
Yeah. What are we doing here? Because it's 8:30.
I
We have
know.
like two big
Yeah,
stories.
what are we gonna
Yeah.
do? Let's just go to. You want to just? What do you want to do? Both
No,
of them,
man. We.
All right. These are both good ones.
First off, yeah. I mean, we already okay. This first one isn't long at all.
No, but
Nikki
it's
Haley.
interesting.
Nikki Haley. You know, we did a whole season, a few seasons when I ran for U.S. Senate. A big part of that for us was gathering signatures.
The most stressful day of most stressful set of months
Yeah.
in anything I've done in politics
For sure.
was getting Tom on the ballot and getting enough signatures.
And then
along with all the people that helped, by the way. Thank you, Jill and others. Phil, John,
it was a
everybody.
monumental effort, right, guys?
Yes.
Oh, it's
Except
unbelievable.
We had to like drive all over the state and
In the winter.
hoping there wasn't a snowstorm.
yeah. So we did
There
it.
was.
Fuck, dude.
You have to have 500 per congressional district in Indiana. We have 9 congressional.
It sounds
districts.
like, oh, that's easy.
Right. It's not easy. It's really hard.
Not easy.
It takes forever. And presidential candidates are forced to go through the same thing. Senate candidates
Yeah.
are forced to go through
Governor.
the same thing as governor candidates are forced to go through. Well, Nikki Haley is obviously, a candidate for president.
Yeah.
I don't know how much longer, but and I do love her, and I wish it was going differently than it is. But Nikki Haley put in her signatures in Indiana, and she qualified for the ballot. That's the good news.
How? Trump said Trump said otherwise. What's going
I know
on
he
here?
always tells the truth.
Well, what's
too.
going
so
on
like
here?
that's the crazy thing.
Jim Banks. That's what so like Jim Banks threw something out there that said she's never gonna. She didn't make it, which was kind of way premature. So okay, real
Did she
briefly,
make it?
She did, but barely. And
So
this
far?
is going to be interesting. So this is the interesting thing. First of all, every county, even though Tom mentioned, there are 9 congressional districts. You have to get 500 signatures per district. Each county clerk within those districts is the person who verifies or rejects the signatures. Okay, so when I take it to Vigo County, the Vigo County clerk looks at them. When you take it to a small county like Posey County, the clerk looks at them and rejects or accepts them, and they literally give you the paper documents. This is all paper, by the way, which is crazy. So if you lose the paper, you are effed. All right. So the paper documents then get turned into this to the where do we turn it? In State House.
Right.
Yeah.
Ultimately, all of them together.
Yeah. So
Right.
this is the weird thing. The 6th is the last day that you have for the clerks to verify them, but there's no timeline for the clerks to get through your paper. So you don't want to turn them in the 6th. They can be like, we'll get to them next week.
Right.
Right. So she got them in on time.
Nikki Haley.
Yeah, Nikki Haley did, and she ended up with 500 exactly
In Marion County.
That's a potential
we,
problem.
So just so you know, like when we did
Not a
Tom's,
problem.
when we did Tom's,
The only one that gets away with this is Todd Young. Where he turned in the right number of signatures.
Less.
They got he turned in.
Oh, you're
more,
right. It was like
And then
504.
they got like disqualified.
Yeah.
Six
and then
of
he
them.
was less than 500, and they made an exception for him. The Republican supermajority, the state of Indiana. If it was Tom McDermott that came up one signature short, they would not have done the same thing. Okay. So the question is, Nikki Haley turns in 500 in the
On the
third.
button.
On the button. They're
they
going to
can be
get
challenged
one of them is going to be
for sure.
without a doubt.
For sure.
and then she's going to be one short, which means technically she can't be on the ballot in Indiana.
Yep.
Is she going to get the same treatment Todd Young got, where when Todd Young ended up short, they said, don't worry about it, Senator. But he was just Todd Young at the time. Congressman.
Yeah, Congressman, yeah.
They're like, Congressman, go ahead and run, even though you fucked up.
He was
And
short in
even
Lake
though
County.
Legally, you're short of the requirement. We're still going to let you run. And thankfully, for him, he's in the U.S. Senate. Nikki Haley, I have a feeling she's not going to get that same luxury.
Treatment.
Trump
That didn't
country,
set
baby.
a precedent. Like,
No,
It
because
doesn't matter.
No, it just gets decided.
They don't give
on-
a shit about that. They're like, yeah, we did do that for Todd Young, but we're not going to do it for Nikki Haley or anybody else.
The strategy is, and what we did in Tom's case is, you want to have like more than enough, right? You want to have like 600.
We turned in over 600.
Yeah, 550,
Right.
580, so that if any get rejected,
Right.
you're good. And by the way, the clerks certify them.
Right.
So, like Trump's theory, and this is where he said she didn't qualify. There's got to be some monkey business going on. And there's a bunch of Republicans, to their credit, that came out and said, Trump, don't undermine our system. It actually works, because theoretically you would have to have a county clerk, and many county clerks, I guess, conspire to say let's reject or accept a bunch of signatures that are fraudulent. That doesn't happen.
So anyway, Nikki Haley is going to be probably short of signatures because somebody will end up challenging at least one of those signatures,
Without a doubt.
which will keep her short. And then the question is going to be, can she appear on the ballot in Indiana? And I'm of the opinion it doesn't matter, because Indiana's primary is in May, and by the time May rolls around, she'll be out of the race for 2 months at that point.
You think by Super Tuesday he'll have enough delegates?
I unfortunately feel that way. I feel
crazy.
like she's going to be done probably. She's losing by 30 points in her home state. Let's just face it. It's not going to happen, Nikki. I hate to say it, because
None of the above beat
right,
her.
none of the above beat her. So like, she's not going to win. She's doing it out of pride. She probably would. I think. But
I give her credit for staying in it.
But if you knew you were going to go to the state you were the 2-term governor of, and you're going to get trounced by a freaking felon, like, it's a disgrace what's going on in our country right now. I would not want to do that if I was the former governor of South Carolina.
Yeah, I think I like the fact that she's sticking it out, and I think she should stick it out, because who knows what's going to happen to Trump.
Oh, I agree with you on that, Kev. That is a good point.
So
So, do you
By
want to
the
do the
way-
snitch tool next show?
Like,
Oh,
Sure.
sorry.
this picture, she looks exactly like Marissa.
Dude, I was gonna say,
hey, honey, what are you
guys-
doing on?
You guys put a picture of my wife up.
Yeah, let's skip this one till
Okay.
Tuesday.
Well, look, we'll do it. We're gonna come back on Tuesday, and we're gonna talk about Todd Rokita's new snitch tool, like attracting teachers to a low-paid profession where you're constantly ridiculed in Indiana is not hard enough. Now we put up a tool so that people could snitch on their local teachers. So, Todd
tuned.
Rokita, thank you, Todd, for being who you are, because
Thank you,
we would
General.
probably not have Lockpod if it weren't for your antics. So, thank you, Todd.
the
All right,
gift
wrap
that
it.
keeps on giving.
he does.
is,
He
he
does.
is.
And it's election year for him, so it's going to be great.
Thank you, Todd.
It's
Thank
when
you, General
it's when
Todd.
you put up the General Rokita Hummer, John.
General Todd. It sounds like a rock band.
Yeah.
General
It wouldn't
Todd.
be, wouldn't be bad.
All right. Jay Vez, thanks. Great show.
Yeah.
Awesome job.
Welcome.
Jill, thank you for being here.
Sure.
I'm glad your backyard is no longer the gates of hell.
For now, I mean, when I get home, I don't know.
You never know.
Temporarily. It could not even be there when you get home.
Could be gone.
Kevin Chandler, good to see you,
Sir.
sir. Thank you for being here and coming live from Lockpod.
Enjoy the Super Bowl, everybody.
From the Locomotive. Enjoy the Super Bowl. Go Niners. This is a wrap on season 11, episode 10. We'll be back on Tuesday, and we're going to start working the heck out of our Lake County Sheriff to get him to come and
yeah.
in front of the audience
Mm-hmm.
for a much anticipated episode. So, Scene 11, episode 10 is in the books. Thanks for listening to Lock Pod. See you guys on Tuesday. We're out.